Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today we just got some new Ryu-Ge cards. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out these new Ryu-Ge cards. So first off, these are actually going to be released in Alliance Inside, and there's two new cards, which is really exciting. A new Pendulum Monster and a new trap card. So let's go ahead and see what these cards actually do. So first off, we have the monster, which is going to be called Ryu-Ge Anva, which sounds awesome. But let's go ahead and check these cards out first. The artwork looks absolutely phenomenal, and this is an awesome looking new pendulum monster that's a scale 11. That is insane and really cool. It kind of looks almost like a dark version. I know it's probably supposed to, but a dark version of the ritual Ryu-Ge monster, and it's actually really cool. It kind of makes me think almost like Giratina, which is really interesting, and it just looks absolutely amazing. This looks so cool. I hope it makes so you can actually play Ryu-Ge a little bit more pure, because before it was kind of just an engine, but now it might actually be something that's pure. Also, the new trap card looks absolutely phenomenal, but let's go ahead and see what these cards actually do. So first off, Ryu-Ge Anva is a level 10 Dark Dragon Pendulum Effect monster with 3,000 attack and 2,100 defense points with a pendulum scale of 11. That is insane that this card is a pendulum scale 11, making it super easy to summon out any of your Ryu-Ge monsters you want under your side of the field, because the other Ryu-Ge, Mistiva, is actually a low scale, so this card is the high scale, which basically completes your pendulum scales, so you can bring them both out, which is super nice. For this card's pendulum effect, you can only use the second pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. For the first effect, you cannot pendulum summon except for Ryu-Ge monsters, and this effect cannot be negated. Okay, so first off, now they're encouraging us to actually play this deck as a pure deck, because you cannot pendulum summon except for Ryu-Ge monsters, which is actually really interesting. For the second effect, when an opponent's card or effect resolves that was activated in response to the activation of your Ryu-Ge spell card or effect, you can negate that effect, then destroy this card, which will put it into your X deck so you can pendulum summon it out later. But this card actually is really nice because it is actually just protecting your Ryu-Ge spell card, so it's actually just going to protect your field spell, because the field spell is basically what the entire deck revolves around. But that's actually a really cool effect to actually see, that it gives you a little bit of protection to negate cards that activate in response to your spell card. So if your opponent like activates a Ash Blossom or something like that, you can stop it and make sure that your field spell is going to go through. For this card's monster effect, you can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name once per turn. For the first effect, you contribute a Ryu-Ge monster from your hand or field, except a copy of Anva, and then special summon this card from your hand. Okay, that's actually really good because it helps you get your Ryu-Ges into the right position so you can summon this card out and then bring them back to your side of the field later through their different effects, which is actually really nice. I believe it's the Sea Serpent that brings itself back from the graveyard, so it actually makes the Sea Serpent a little bit better, I believe. And for this card's second effect, if this card is special summon, you can target a card on the field and destroy it. Okay, so it's just a pop if you special summon it, which is actually really nice, but it's a great extender for level 10. Okay, and for this card's third effect, if this card is destroyed, you can actually place a Ryu-Ge continuous spell trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment face up on the field, which is actually pretty good because it helps you get your Ryu-Ge gates back to your side of the field, or get them on your side of the field, which is actually really nice. Overall, this card is actually what Ryu-Ge needed to be able to play pure, and it's really, really good overall, and I love the card's artwork. This card alone might make me play Ryu-Ge pure because of how good this looks. And I actually just noticed the gems behind this monster, behind Anva, is the same as Mistiva, which is really, really cool, because you actually see the blue gem, the red gem, and that's probably a green gem right there, just like Anva, which is really cool. Okay, so the new trap card, which is the only other new card we have, is Ryu-Ge Ruin, which sounds awesome. Okay, what does this do? You can only use the second effect and third effect of this card's name once per turn. Okay, and it's a continuous trap card. You can only use them each once per turn, so you can get them both, but you can only get each of them once per turn. For the first effect, your opponent cannot target Ryu-Ge monsters you control card effects. That's a pretty good effect just to give you a little bit of targeting protection. They did need a little bit of protection. They do have a negate, but they do need something else, so this this is actually really nice. For the second effect, if you have a Ryu-Ge Pendulum monster on your field or face up in your X deck, you can shuffle 2 Ryu-Ge monsters from your hand, graveyard, and or banishment into the deck, target one of those monsters, or target one monster on the field and destroy it. So it's again a pop, not bad, but it's an okay effect, just to give you an additional pop. It's not quite as good as the Dino Gate, because the Dino Gate would actually use it as a negate, so it's okay. That's a pretty okay effect when the other monster, when the Pendulum monster is kind of already doing that. It gives you a little, I guess it does give you already a negate here, so I kind of understand why they wouldn't do that. So it kind of just revolves around doing a pop here and a pop here. Okay, so for the third effect, if this card is destroyed, interesting, because the other card actually destroys a card. If this card is destroyed, you can set one non-continuous Ryu-Ge trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment. That's a pretty cool effect, just to help you set your trap cards to your side of the field. Overall, the trap cards aren't super prevalent in the deck. The gates are actually a little bit more important, but that's a pretty cool effect overall. And for the artwork alone, it's worth it. Like, these are cool just for the artwork alone. But these are actually pretty cool. They're overall really good. This card is probably a 3 of instantaneously alongside Mistva. So Anva is a must 3 of in a pure build. This card is probably like a 1 of in the pure build. But it's still pretty good to be able to use, because it makes it so you can't, your Ryuges can't be targeted, which is pretty cool. That's a really cool ability. For the second, it's a pop. And then also it has the ability, but it does have a little bit of requirement that you have to have a Ryu-Ge Pendulum monster on the field or in face up in the X deck, and then you have to shuffle 2 of your Ryu-Ge monsters from your hand, graveyard, banishment in the deck, and then you get to target a monster. So you have to have a Pendulum monster, and then you also have to be able to shuffle back 2 of your Ryu-Ge monsters, which is a little bit tough because they're big monsters and they're already, you already want them in the position. So this is actually kind of a weird effect. Okay, and then this effect also, just if it does get destroyed, you can actually set a Ryu-Ge trap, which is okay. That's an okay effect, that you can actually set your Ryu-Ge trap. But this card, Anva, is insane. Just giving you the ability that it locks you into summoning your Ryu-Ges. When your opponent activates a card or effect, it does protect your Ryu-Ge spells. In response to your Ryu-Ge spells, you can negate it. So it protects basically your field spell, which is the most important card in the entire deck. And then for the first, second, and third effect of this card's actual monster effect, you can tribute your Ryu-Ge from hand or field, special summon it, and then if it's special summon, you target a card in the field and destroy it, which can be your trap. It can be your trap that you target and destroy. And if it does destroy it, it actually lets you set one of your Ryu-Ge traps, which is really interesting. So it does just target any card on the field. It can be face up, face down, it doesn't matter. Just destroy something, and then this will go off and let you set one of your other Ryu-Ge traps that's not continuous, which is actually pretty good. So that's a really cool ability overall. Or you can just pop another card on your opponent's side of the field. And then if this card is destroyed, you just place a Ryu-Ge continuous spell or trap from your hand, from your deck, graveyard, or banishment face up on the field, which is pretty interesting. I wish this actually placed itself in the Pendulum Zone if it got destroyed, because then you could actually like summon it, pop itself, and then get to place the Ryu-Ge spell or trap. That's a continuous spell or trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment on the field. So basically it would just instantly get you one of the gates. But overall, really good. This is actually really good support for Ryu-Ge, and I love the artwork. This looks so cool. I love the wings, how it's like purplish, but it kind of makes me think of Giratina a little bit, which is a little bit weird, but it's really cool looking. But overall, really cool cards. Definitely comment down below what you guys think of these new cards down in the comments down below. I really like both of them. I think that, again, this Anva is a 3 of in pure Ryu-Ge, and this card is like a 1 of, maybe a 2 of in pure Ryu-Ge. But that's going to be this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell on there so you can become part of the notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.